What if you are the prayer? I ask to be shown the truth within myself, that I might never harm others with my illusions. I ask for the stamina of spirit to contain the transforming power of cosmic truths as I come to understand them. Let truth be the guiding force in my life. Let the grace of truth continue to sustain me and to heal me when I slip into illusion. Carolyn Mace. Prayer. What the heck is it? How do we do it? Does it work? What does it matter? These are the questions that have been popping up for me lately as I work on this new project I'm developing called Prayer Painting Journeys, a YouTube series that dives deeper into the stories behind the art and poems in the Prayer Painting Journal. The quick and dirty version of my story is that after a very long and arduous dark night of the soul journey, I've been reclaiming prayer in my life. But even though I'm reclaiming it for myself, I still feel weird telling people I'm praying for you or sending prayers. The only people I use that word with are the ones I know feel a positive connection to the word prayer. Instead, I'll say, holding you in my heart, or sending positive energy or love. But being the deep soul diver that I am, observing that little quirk in myself of feeling weird telling people I'm praying for them led me, of course, to another question. When did I become adverse to telling people I'm praying for them? The answer is somewhat complex. Of course, most human experience is. Part of the answer lies in my sojourn through evangelical Christianity. Surrounded by the warm wood, wax, and smoke-scented walls of my little home church growing up, I learned how to pray. I learned the words Yeshua taught us to use. His version of praying is an invitation to merge our will with the divine, to explore forgiving ourselves and others, to trust our daily lives to divine care, to follow and live in gratitude, to dream up and call in a new earth based on a heart-led paradigm of forgiveness, compassion, and empathy. My mother also taught me how to pray through lullabies and little verses before bed that showed me my soul is protected by divine love. All beautiful, all wholesome, and a powerful gift to receive as I learned to move in the world. But something happened as I grew up and experienced the wider world of religion, as well as my own life challenges. I had experiences where prayer was used as a weapon, where it was used as a form of control, shaming, and power over others, a tool of self-righteous poison. I noticed it was a normal, accepted way of praying in many different expressions of evangelical belief. Had it always been so dominant and I just never noticed? I don't know for sure. But I do know that even though it made me feel gross and angry, and I couldn't figure out why everyone seemed to think that this is what praying was for, I managed to ignore the harm it caused by telling myself their intentions were good, nobody's perfect, and not all Christians. All the classic style justifications we use before we're ready to stand in the burn of truth. Until I was the one who was prayed over in that way, by people who had no idea who I was, who were trying to evangelize me in a mall. They didn't have my permission. They didn't bother to find out anything about me. This was the moment I thought, no more. This is wrong. Ironically, it was as I was on the receiving end of this energetic manipulation that I could feel pushing at my energy boundaries when I realized how potent prayer is. Yes, prayer can be used for spiritual nourishment and growth, but it can also be used for what I call dark arts. Dark arts are when you send negative thoughts, emotions, and/or intent toward another person. It's The exact opposite of what I understand prayer to be. The worst kind of dark arts are the ones motivated by righteousness, because this kind of prayer always has a relentless, doing it for your own good kind of vibe. It's a violation. It tries to override or manipulate another soul's sovereign free will. Honestly, the most horrible realization about this particular experience for me wasn't just that the people who were participating in this evangelizing prayer activity thought they were doing God's work. I also saw myself in their actions and words. I saw all the times I'd inadvertently used prayer to further some kind of spiritual agenda that I thought was righteous or holy. I'm grateful that I knew the feeling of connecting to divine love and could see that this was not it. This was far removed from how my mother, or Yeshua, taught me to pray. It is one of the hardest truths I've ever acknowledged, that the culture of my faith of origin, evangelical beliefs, and yes, even certain times of prayer caused harm. No wonder I'm hesitant to tell others, I'm praying for you. This is why it matters a great deal to me to respect a person's belief. And for me, praying for others requires checking in with my own intent. I never want to send energy with hooks to someone else, with any kind of controlling intent, privilege, or illusion. I really do try to honor that because prayer really is something that works. My aversion to telling people I'm praying for them is definitely connected to consent, but it goes deeper. It's also connected to our experiences of injustice and suffering. In recent years, I've seen a huge cultural pushback on the words sending love and prayers. I get it. I see that reflected in my own journey. Prayer and love become a platitude, something that's said instead of working in this physical world for justice or providing physical or emotional support that could ease the suffering around us. And so prayer as a power, just like love, becomes unplugged from source. Words will never replace the physical work of tending to the suffering and holding ground for justice and equality because we are the prayer. Any heart work, thought, word, or deed done with humble awareness and genuine connection is a powerful prayer. My journey of reclaiming prayer has shown me how prayer is a relationship with the sacredness of life. Prayer is a sunset when you're grieving. Prayer is a kindness when you need it. Prayer is living in honesty. Our lives are prayers. Prayer is a heart connection to the world and beyond. It counts. It matters. Every time your heart is activated by the suffering or joy you see in the world, and you acknowledge that connection and let it guide you to action through thought, word, or deed, it's a moment you are aligned with divine will. Being an artist, poet, and musician means I pray with words and sounds. I've explored many paths through the mist of divine mystery simply by creating art and writing. That's actually what the Prayer Painting Journal is all about. I'm both nervous and inspired to share more of my story with you in the upcoming Prayer Painting Journeys video series. My hope is that you will find it a place to be with the holiness, the wholeness and whole mess of your human experience, to walk with the soul gifts of strength and empathy for yourself and others. I'll leave you with this poem in the form of a blessing. I wrote it one day, thinking about all the light-filled souls walking around doing everyday things like dishes, diaper changes, and the daily grind. May it bless you. You are the prayer. May your life be a benediction, your breath a blessing. You are the prayer. Get off your knees and walk in the world. You are the prayer. Your being is believing, your heart a beacon. You are the prayer. May your life be a benediction, your breath a blessing. You are the prayer. Get off your knees and walk in the world. You are the prayer. Your being is believing. Your heart a beacon. You are the prayer. You are the prayer. You are the prayer.